For nearly 10 years, she gave birth in secret. No one knew. No cries. No baby clothes. Just silence. Until one man opened a box in the garage, and everything changed. This video contains discussion of infant death and child loss. Viewer discretion is advised. We mean absolutely no disrespect to the family or anyone involved in this case. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories. In a quiet Utah neighborhood, a house sat still for years. Ordinary, unassuming, and silent. But behind its closed doors, a mother held on to a secret so dark it shook an entire nation. This is the story of Megan Huntsman, a mother of 3, a neighbor, a friend, and the woman who admitted to killing 6 of her newborn babies over the span of a decade. On April 12, 2014, a man named Darren West was cleaning out the garage of his former home in Pleasant Grove, Utah. He was working to prepare it for his estranged wife, Megan Huntsman, to return. What he found instead was unthinkable. As Darren sorted through old boxes and clutter, he opened a cardboard box that had been taped shut and wrapped in plastic. Inside, he found a tiny body, a baby. Alarmed, he called the police immediately. When Pleasant Grove officers arrived, they discovered not 1, but 7 tiny corpses, each hidden in separate cardboard boxes. The remains had been stored carefully, some wrapped in blankets or towels, and all in various states of decomposition. Investigators quickly determined that the infants had likely been born alive. Within hours, Megan Huntsman, then 39, was arrested. Megan Huntsman confessed during police interviews that between 1996 and 2006, she had given birth to at least 7 babies and had killed 6 of them right after they were born. She said the 7th was stillborn. Her method was chillingly consistent. She would deliver the babies in secret, often in the bathroom of her home. Immediately after birth, she would strangle or smother them, wrap their tiny bodies, and place them in boxes. Those boxes were then hidden away in the garage behind everyday clutter. When asked why, she gave a haunting response. She claimed she didn't want the responsibility of more children. She was already struggling with addiction to methamphetamine and living a chaotic, unstable life. Her confession stunned authorities, who were baffled by how no one in her family, not her husband, her teenage daughters, or her neighbors, had known what was happening. Megan and Darren West had been together for years, and they already had 3 daughters. They lived a seemingly ordinary life. Megan stayed home, Darren worked, and neighbors described them as private but not unusual. But behind closed doors, Huntsman's world was spinning out of control. She was deeply addicted to meth, and Darren's own drug problems led to time in federal prison. During that chaotic decade, Megan managed to conceal her pregnancies by wearing loose clothing and keeping to herself. Her own daughters, who lived in the home, never suspected she was pregnant multiple times. Even more disturbingly, family members admitted that they never questioned the absence of new babies. No one in her social circle seemed to notice the pattern of pregnancies followed by silence. The remains of all 7 infants were sent to the Utah State Medical Examiner's office. Autopsies were difficult due to the state of decomposition, but results supported Huntsman's confession. DNA testing confirmed that Darren West was the father of the babies. He told police he had no idea Megan was pregnant during those times. Prosecutors later cleared him of any involvement after determining he had no knowledge of the crimes. The details of how Megan gave birth, murdered her children, and then resumed her daily life without arousing suspicion left both investigators and the public stunned. Megan Huntsman was charged with 6 counts of first-degree felony murder. On April 20, 2015, she pleaded guilty to all 6 counts. In a calm, emotionless courtroom appearance, she admitted to each act. At sentencing, the judge described her crimes as, "by far the worst case I have ever seen." Prosecutors and defense attorneys agreed on a sentence of 6 terms of 5 years to life, 1 for each murder, to be served consecutively. Before the judge handed down the sentence, Huntsman addressed the court. She said, "I cannot give a reason why I did this. The only thing I can say is that I was in a very dark place in my life. I was a terrible mother." The emotional shockwaves from this case rippled far beyond Utah. How could a mother take the lives of her own children 6 times and keep it hidden for years? Her surviving daughters, already grown at the time of the arrest, were left to grapple with the horrifying truth about their mother. The community struggled to understand how such crimes could occur in such an ordinary home. The home was torn down years later, but the memory of what happened there lingers. Some members of the family, including Darren West, have chosen to remain largely out of the public eye. Others have expressed sorrow and disbelief, unable to reconcile the woman they knew with the one who committed such unimaginable acts. The Megan Huntsman case serves as a chilling reminder of how isolation, addiction, and untreated mental health issues can combine with devastating consequences. It also highlights a societal failure to notice and intervene in the lives of those who are quietly falling apart. Huntsman is currently incarcerated at the Utah State Prison, where she will likely spend the rest of her life. She's not eligible for parole until at least 2064. For 6 babies who never had a chance, there are no names, no birthdays, no graves that the public knows of. Only the echo of what could have been. As true crime stories go, this one doesn't just horrify, it devastates. Because at the heart of it all is the ultimate betrayal. A mother, sworn by nature to protect, becoming the very danger her children never saw coming. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video, but until then, take care, stay safe, and always remember the victims.